Hello, everybody. It's Friday night. I know I got to wait till some people come on, but I'm going to get started with talking about some fun stuff because I know a lot of you people, maybe you haven't done any YouTube or any TikTok. Maybe you have, but maybe you need to do more social media. And one of the things that I do when I do social media is I don't like to wear the same thing more than once. I know it's kind of hard sometimes. And, I go through my closet, I see how it looks. And I also make sure that I'm centered on the camera. So you don't want to have the same look all the time. Although I do wear a lot of turtlenecks because I like them. But sometimes I'll go over, hi, thank you for joining. Sometimes I'll go to Ross. I love Ross. And then the other store that's really good is if you find a good Marshall's. I have a Marshall's in La Mirada that's amazing. Arlene, my business partner, told me that Marshall's is like a warehouse. And I went over there and I never shop at Marshall's. And I spent like $380 the first time I went to Marshall's. And I got all kinds of really great stuff. But the other thing I found is sometimes you go online and you get crappy stuff. And I did that on Shein. And when I ordered the stuff from Shein, God, you guys all jumped on at one time. Thank you. And I'm going to give you good information, so don't leave. Hang out, share with your friends. And let's build this thing on Friday nights because I don't know about you, but I'm not doing anything on Friday night. But anyway, so I want to mention before I mention anything else, Faith Fest is tomorrow, the 17th, starts at 11 o'clock, goes all the way. Thank you for the hearts. Faith Fest goes all the way to who knows what time. Hi, beautiful. Aw, thank you. You're watching my videos. That's so sweet of you. I know you got to pass a test, huh? Is that why you're watching the videos? Yeah. I'm going to be doing some of the national exam stuff on videos and I'll upload them for you guys. But I'm also going to add some more questions because I was doing questions and answers. So what I was saying is I don't like to wear the same thing all the time. So what I did was I went to Temu because I have good luck with Temu and I ordered some stuff so I could have different tops when I'm doing the questions and answers and I'm doing like a turtleneck kind of theme. So I ordered a bunch to see how they come out, and you never know how they're going to come out, but I got to show you guys. And if you're jumping over from the other one, the other social media ones, I'm sorry, I'm showing my clothes again, but this one is so soft. And I really love gray because I think gray looks really professional, don't you think? With maybe a black or any color jacket, because gray is kind of like neutral. You can wear it with different things, right? Hi, Sharon, you're an awesome instructor. Thank you. You just passed. Congratulations. So Maria, where are you going to be teaching where are you going to be doing real estate? Hi, beautiful. You're watching. I saw you already. Thank you so much. You guys try to share and subscribe. I know you're already subscribers, but if you can get your friends and family to subscribe, they'll learn so much from me. And not only will they learn from me, but guess what? If they know that you're learning from me, because I know a lot about real estate, and they know that you have a connection to me, because you can call me anytime you're working with a buyer. We do coaching. Somebody asked me about that. We don't do tutoring, but we do our class like a tutoring class. So anyways, we started with gray, got gray, right? I'm going to start throwing things on the table. Then you guys, check this blue out. Is this not this one's really nice too. Is this not the prettiest blue? Right? And then from the blue, the pink one's kind of crappy. It feels like icky, but it's pink and it looks good on me, right? And the pink nails, right? Then the next one is just a boring black shirt. But the black boring shirt was like free with the white shirt that I bought. They came as a pair. So it's not a turtleneck. Shock, right? And the white one's not a turtleneck. I bet these are see-through. And I hate when I have a white shirt and I don't realize that things are showing that shouldn't be showing. I'm in Downey. You may be working with me. Yes, talk to me. Call me on Monday. Monday I have nothing scheduled. I have to review a contract. I have an open house in Victorville on Sunday, and there's no rain in Victorville on Sunday. So Monday, I might have some stuff to do, but I don't know. This white one came with the black one, so I can wear it. But you know what I was saying? Sometimes you think nothing's showing, and you look in the mirror and nothing's showing, and then you take a picture, and guess what happens? Something's showing. I had these kids that took my class I don't know when they took my class, but I went to the expo, the real estate expo, and they're like, Sharon Butler. They were screaming at me, so I stopped, and we took pictures together, and he sent me the picture, and it was so embarrassing. because I'm telling you, I didn't know my white shirt was so see-through. But oh well, you know what? Everybody has boobs, right? I think. Most women do. It's not like nobody's seen a boob before, right? Anyway, I know you guys are going, where's that picture, right? Ladies, I'm not going to show it to them. Anyway, check this out. I'm going to wear this with my shoes. Where'd my shoes go? Imagine my new jeans that I just got. Did I show you guys the jeans? Here's the shirt and here's the shoes. Right? Shirt, shoes. Wait, this gets better. And jeans. And these jeans are stretchy. So even if don't fit me, they'll fit me, right? And then look at, I don't think they're very professional because they're kind of, what's that called? Pre-washed or something? But they have a bell bottom. Isn't that cute? So what are you saying? Jessica, what is the address of the house in Victorville? The house in Victorville, Jessica, is on Pony Trail. The street's called Pony Trail. If you can, I'm like, where's my phone? I'm talking into it. So the house on Pony Trail, it's been listed for a while, but the reason it's been listed for a while, I'm getting your shoes right after YouTube. Cool. That'd be cool if you could tell Jessica, what's her name? I'm sorry, Betsy Johnson, that I'm telling everybody about her shoes. I think I'm going to go on there and get the pink ones because they're so comfortable. So the house is on Pony Trail in Victorville. You could probably go into, I hate to say those words, Zillow or Realtor.com. Go to Realtor.com. I like that one way better. And you can just look at, go Pony Trail Victorville, and you'll find it. If you're going to go to it, I need you to let me know what time you want to go there, because my seller is letting people in, kind of appointment only, kind of not. Anyway, so here's the other necklace I got. Did I show you that? Isn't that pretty? It would look really pretty with like an evening gown. It's kind of a bit much. And then the other one I did, I'm kind of disappointed because look how tiny it is. This is it. I can barely hold it. It's that big. It's as big as my fingernail. But it was only like $1. So I bought like 3 of them because sometimes I have friends that need to have a cross, because sometimes shit happens in your life and you need help. And it says, I'm going to, oh yes, I already read that. Sometimes you guys, you know what? It's interesting how, have you ever noticed that when something really bad's happening to you, you're like, oh God, help me. And it's funny that you only say that when shit's happening. But maybe if you said it before, you might not have bad things happen. And maybe if things happen that are bad, they happen for a reason. Like that we're falling out of escrow right now. And I believe that we're falling out of escrow because I'm not comfortable working with these investors. I've had times as a real estate agent where investors, they come in low, and then you let them know you have other offers. So then they come in really high so that they can get you into escrow. And then after their home inspection, they're like, you know what? We didn't know there was going to be so much work. So we want to have a discount because of the home inspection. Let me explain something to you guys. Let me explain something, okay? I get that from watching I Love Lucy, because her husband used to say that to Lucy all the time. Let me explain you, Lucy. The home inspection is not for your buyer to ask the seller to do a bunch of work. If the seller was going to do a bunch of work, they would have done it prior to listing the house. So they're not going to do the work. And if they're going to do the work, they're going to pick a few things and they're going to negotiate with you back and forth. But let me explain something to you very carefully. Listen to me clearly. Tell your buyer this. When the buyer's going to do the home inspection, you make sure that they know prior to the home inspection. The home inspection is to let you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, there was a movie called The Money Pit, and it was about a house that these people bought, and they got themselves into it, and it was just a horrible problem. And every time they turned around, it was a new problem, and then they fell through the floor, and it was, and that happens. Sometimes when you get a house to flip or you get a house that you're buying for yourself, you do one project that rolls into another project and another project and another project. Like my house, see this wall right here? It's called, I have to think about what it's called. All my houses have the same color inside of them. And that is Dramatic Desert and Divine White. And in order to update my colors, Arlene, my business partner, just redid her entire house. She flipped it. And she used this beautiful color. And it's kind of like a gray, It's kind of like a gray beige. It's really weird, but it matches everything. It's beautiful. But I said to her, I go, so I have an open concept. Yeah, my house is older, but I took all the walls down. So my family room turns into my kitchen, and where I'm standing right now, there used to be a wall. And that door right there used to be a window, and next to here was no window. So I put in windows, I changed windows into doors, I take down load-bearing walls, I do it all. And so with that said, we're going to do a show on that, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to announce it. Megan is my friend who I met a while back, and I helped her get her license, and she was going to do a real estate show. And now we're going to do a flipping show together. We're going to play the shows on her YouTube channel and on my YouTube channel. And she's all about manifestation and helping people too. So we're a really, really, really good team. But now I'm thrown off because I was going to tell you guys something. I forgot what it was. Because you know what happens when you get older? You forget what you're talking about in the middle of the sentence. It's really a horrible thing. But anyway, anything that you guys want to know about real estate, any kind of classes that you want to do, if you don't understand something in real estate and you go, well, Sharon, I don't understand. Let's just say you don't understand dominant tenement and servient tenement, because somebody said that to us. And so I made a video on it, and the video is really good. And then we did a thumbnail on it, and it's on our YouTube channel, this channel, to help you guys understand dominant tenement and servient tenement. So anytime that you guys have a question about something, I'll make a video for you. It says, everything is going bad right now. What do you do? Oh, Carla, I'm so sorry. Carla, have you seen the movie The White Candle? Tell me yes, but tell me no if you haven't. So what seems to happen with me is when I first started teaching real estate again, I was teaching the classes. Okay, Carla, you got to go watch The White Candle. Let me explain what happens. So when real estate went really bad, okay, so I owned my own mortgage company. I was making really, really good money, averaging about $20,000 a month. And then the mortgage meltdown came, and the government went, okay, loan officers, screw you. Even all you really good loan officers, there's a few loan officers that are screwing buyers, so we're going to screw with you, and we're going to change your whole career. We're going to make you get a national real estate license, and we're going to make you change how you do business after you've been doing business for 25 years. Hi, Jessica. I found your listing, yay, in Victorville, and you'll send your buyers to it and see if they would like to see it. That would be so great because it's under market. It's at $399.9. We were at $410, but I told her I wanted to see if we could get more people interested in it, and she will sell it for the $399.9. In the condition it's in, it's worth about $410 to $415. Okay. If somebody buys it and puts in about 15 to 20 grand while they live there, and they own it for about 2 years, I can almost guarantee, because I'm really smart about real estate, that they'll probably earn about 100 grand on it. Because I bought a house in Victorville for $172. We fixed it up, we rented it out for 2 years, and we sold it for $300,000. So $172 to $300,000. Actually, we netted in our hand after. Okay, so you guys understand the difference between net and gross. Gross is what we sell it for, and if we bought it for $172 and we sold it for $300,000, that's like let's say $128,000. But after real estate commissions, title, escrow, and all the fees and taxes, we actually got in our hand the net. So we have gross. That's what you get originally, and net after expenses, and we got $97,000, and that was from a flip in Victorville. Now, I'm guessing that what's going to happen, because in Las Vegas, they got 2 new sports teams, right? And there's going to be the speedy train from Rancho Cucamonga to Las Vegas, and Victorville's going to have a stop there. And so what's going to happen is that's going to push up the value too. So how much would they need to come up with out of pocket? That has been the issue. They only have 20 grand. Why is that the issue? If they have $20,000, they got this. Okay, so who are they talking to for their loan? Because right now, so you have your license, Jessica? Because if you have your license, because you said clients, what I want you to do when you get off of here is I want you to go to the CAR website. Okay, that's the California Association of Realtors website. And on that website, I want you to go in there and search Down Payment Assistance Program. And then I want you to put everything you know about your client in. It's a tool. It's on the website, there's a tool to find out which down payment assistance program that your client qualifies for. And there are grants. I just got an email on some grants. So definitely connect with me. You know how to connect with me. If you're looking at the listing, my phone number's all over that. And my phone number's all over the place anyways, you guys. If you go to our website, I think my phone number's there. If you Google me, Google Sharon Butler, Google California Real Estate Trainers, you will find me. Yes, I just came up from Instagram. Awesome. So here's the thing. If you have your license, you go on the California Association of Realtors website and you put in search for down payment assistance program. You know how many are on there? If you put in your client's information, there's over 400 down payment assistance programs. Now those down payment assistance programs, your client may qualify for 10 of them and they can get the down payment and possibly the closing costs. Now let me explain something to you guys. I'm going to give you something super freaking amazing. You have to work with somebody who's been in the business as a loan officer for a while, who can work with their broker to help your clients. But they got approved with, somebody else told me that, people. Were you there yesterday that say ITN program? What is that? I don't even know what the ITN program is. What is it? Is it some kind of down payment assistance program or is it a special kind of loan? Because they shouldn't need $20,000 to buy a $400,000 house. So 3% down, let me just do it off the top of my head. So 3% down on a purchase on $400,000 is $12,000. So on FHA, it's 3.5% down. So another 0.5% on $400,000 is $2,000. So 12, 13, 14. So they need $14,000 for the down payment on FHA, and then they need the closing costs. But let me explain something. If you're working with a good loan officer, I don't know what the ITN program, you're going to have to educate me on that one. If you're working with a good loan officer, what they can do right now is, let's say the interest rates are approximately 5.875 on an FHA deal. Okay, that would be with no points. Well, no, maybe 1.5 or 2 points, whatever. Anyway, so let's say that they have that interest rate. Now, if the loan officer increases the interest rate, don't freak on me yet, and gives them something over that, not as social number. Oh, got ya. That's why they need money down, because they don't have a social security number. I don't know about that, because what they do on those programs is they totally make them come up with way more money down. So ITN is for illegal immigrants that don't yet qualify for a social security number. Gosh, if they can get a house with that, that's pretty awesome. Yes, Arlene said you do work with well, Arlene said that, but we have 3 loan teams. And I bet that the loan team that does that is our loan team in Anaheim. So I don't do those. And they do require more down payment without a social security number because it's a risk for the lender. But I'm sorry about that. So what I was telling you about is maybe on your future buyers, if they're going to go FHA, which they would have to have a social security number, what you can do, and this is really good information for anybody that's listening that wants to buy a property. If it's owner occupied, you go FHA. Right now, FHA is probably somewhere around 5.875. Okay. If the loan officer sells you 6.5, they can give you a rebate and pay for your closing costs. So if you do a down payment assistance program and that gives you the money for the down payment, and then your loan officer gives you a credit for the closing costs, you're in. So for your clients that have a social security number, even FHA will let you go all the way down to a 680 credit score. They'll actually, technically FHA will go down to a 500 credit score if you're putting down a down payment. So lots of information, and if you guys have other information that you want, let me know, like I said, which kind of information you want, but it's getting really late and I got to get up early. You guys are so awesome for being here with me. Please, please, please share my information, subscribe, give me comments, ask me questions, and I'll help you any way I can. Not just be a good real estate agent, but help you get to the point where you're buying property and you're investing for yourself. Because I didn't realize until I just said that to you guys, that when I bought this house when I was 26, it was my 3rd house that I purchased, and I kept the first one. The second one I wanted to keep, and I had it when I bought this house, but I listened to my husband because I was the perfect wife, and I listened to everything my husband wanted to do. And he said we had to sell that house to buy this house. And after we already bought this house, I should have looked at him and said, no, we don't. We still have that house, and we're already in this house. So should have kept it because that house I bought for $149. It's now worth about $730, and I could be renting it out for about $3,500 a month. So I'm not very happy about that, but things happen for a reason. That's what I was telling you before when I forgot what I was talking about, how things happen for a reason, because we are going to take, we didn't open escrow all the way with those people, the investors. So what we're going to do is probably after the open house, pick a deal and see which one wants it. All right, so Jessica, what do you have to get? Okay, thank you for the information. You're very welcome. I'm sorry it doesn't work for your clients. That's a bummer. It says, Mr. Nerd. Are you really a nerd? Hi, how you doing? Hit the dab. I don't even know what that means. But anyway, you guys, I've been on for a long time, 20 minutes. And it's been super fun because I love how you interact with me. That is so fun. Because sometimes on the class I teach, the students don't talk to me and I feel like I'm just chatting at my computer. It was funny, my mom came in once when I was teaching and she's like, I thought you had students today. I go, I do. And she goes, well, where are they? I don't see them. My mom's 92 and she came in the classroom and said that. And I said, Mom, they're right here on the computer. And she goes, what do you mean? And I said, hey, you guys, we're going to take a short break because I want to introduce my mom to you. And so I pressed the button and I got all the faces on the screen. And I said, this is my mom. And my mom looked and she saw the computer and it was like, you know the Brady Bunch? I don't know if you guys know who the Brady Bunch is. Does anybody on here know who the Brady Bunch is? And on the beginning of the show, it goes, it's a story of a man named Brady. And it shows him and then he looks down at his wife he marries and then it shows all their kids. And they're all in little squares, just like Zoom. And my mom goes, it looks like the Brady Bunch, but with more people. And I'm like, that's pretty funny, Mom. But anyway, if you want to, Angie, how old must you be if you know the Brady Bunch? You want me to tell you a secret? Want me to tell you a Sharon Butler fact that you guys might not know yet? Want to know? You know the Brady Bunch too? My first condo that I bought it with Brady Bunch money. Because if you watch really close and you see, I was one of Jan's friends. And my sister was one of Marsha's friends. In fact, it was really funny. My cousin actually found the, my cousin who is actually, if you watch the commercials for Match.com and you see one of the guys on Match.com is my cousin in the commercials. He actually finally just got married. Did not meet her on Match. But anyway, he found the actual one with my sister that was really obvious because it was when Marsha was running for office and she had her friends handing out flyers saying Marsha for class president. So that was kind of fun. How do you qualify for an investment loan? Well, Carla, that's a long one. If you want to talk to me personally, you can. And it does not cost you money to talk to me if I'm talking to you about a loan. But the easiest way to get an investment property is to buy it first. So buy a small, do you already have your home you're living in? Because if you already have the home you're living in, that makes it a little difficult. But the first property I bought was only 500 square feet. I still have it. It's a condo. It's very small. I bought that one first, and you're able to buy it on an owner-occupied loan. So I bought it on an owner-occupied loan. I moved in. I was there for about 3 years. And then I told my husband I wanted a divorce. That wasn't very nice of me, was I? But I did that because he gave me a black eye. Now, he did not punch me in the eye, but he was learning bad habits from his uncle who he owned a business with. So we got in an argument. I hid in the bathroom. He punched a hole through the bathroom door and gave me a black eye. So I left. And what I did was I had bought the condo with my Brady Bunch money and I left. And after we worked everything out, he moved out and I rented out the condo. So how I did that is I took out an equity line out of the condo and I bought my next house. And then I got that house and I lived in it for a couple of years and I took equity out of that house and I bought this house. And I just kept doing it. And I got to 12 properties and I decided that 12 properties were too many. It's too much work. I could have hired a property management company, but then I wouldn't have as much cash flow. So I might as well just see how many I want, see how much money you want to make. What I did is I calculated how much money I needed when I turned 65 and I wouldn't have to work. And I kept 4 of them and I just inherited 2 more, 4, 5, 6. So I'm at 6 and I'm not going to do any more. I keep thinking about selling them, but I don't really want to. I just want to collect rent. It says, what's an owner-occupied loan. You're so cute. Carla, an owner-occupied loan is where you buy the property and you move in. And with an owner-occupied loan, you can go FHA with 3.5% down. You can go first-time home buyer through Fannie Mae with 3% down, less than 3.5% down. You can put 5% down. And you move in, and you have to stay in the property for a minimum, they say 8 months to a year. Okay? What's that say? You're like a gorgeous queen. I want to know another fun fact? I was Mrs. California twice, and I was Mrs. United Nation International. I had another international title, but I forget which one it was. But anyway, the thing about that is I'm one of the very, 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 very few women who have ever won Mrs. California USA twice. And when I went to the USA pageant in Vegas, all the girls, we had to wear an opening number outfit. Let me see what it says. I can't read it. My eyes are going bad because the light's on it. What are the qualifications? Carla, why don't you call me direct and we'll talk about the qualifications. Oh my God, that's a long one. I'm looking at getting into real estate. I recently applied for a director of operations with Keller Williams. Sadly, didn't get it. Don't worry about it because I'll tell you that. I'm still applying for another Keller Williams. Well, the joke around, now this is true. This is not slander. Thanks for the gems. You're very welcome. This is not slander, Richard, but the joke is that Keller Williams is the biggest real estate office anywhere. But the guy from, I think it was Remax. I think he was from Remax. So the guy from Remax and the guy from, thank you so much, Ashley. The guy from, you know that they say that women who compliment other women are the best women in the world? And I always compliment people because I think that's awesome. So anyways, the guy from Keller Williams and the guy from, I believe, Remax were on stage at Inman's. This is really what was happening. It's no secret what they were saying to each other. Do you ever click out? What do you ever check out dirty toilets when you're showing houses? That's a really bad question. Okay, so let me tell you this. My pet peeve is when real estate agents take their own photos of their listings and leave the toilet seat open and the dishes in the sink and their clients don't make their beds. That's the worst thing ever. Does the heater in your house not work? Why are you have a coat on? Oh, I have the coat on because I came straight home and I had all the Temu stuff and I was feeding the dogs, and in my backyard's kind of big. I have a big ass pool. Are you from German ancestry? I am not German. I am what Donald Trump's wife is. And I'm hearing that women from where I'm from, my history, are really beautiful. And I am 3/4 Czechoslovakian from the Czech Republic, and I am 1/4 Hungarian. And so, well, I'm recently finding out that there's some Hungarian and there's some Romanian. So it's Middle Eastern, right? Are you from, so that's what it is. But mostly Czechoslovakian from my father's side, and then my mom's side is half Czech, half Hungarian or Romanian. She doesn't know because, believe it or not, I talked to her brother because he's still alive too, and he said that they really don't know who their dad's dad was. How about that? It's Czechoslovakian, you guys. Europe, that's where it's from. So I want to go there. I want to go to Prague. Prague is supposed to be beautiful. And my dad actually purchased part of the family business in Prague, and that was cutting down trees. Okay, so what was the end of the Keller Williams story? You're so cute. So if you go to Inman's and they have all these people all the people from the big companies on stage talking. And so there's like this rivalry between Remax and Keller Williams. And the story about Keller Williams is they get a lot of people in because they tell everybody. You guys don't have to tell me I'm pretty, really. Anyway, because you know what? I grew up next to my older sister. Wait, let me finish the Keller Williams story and then I'll tell you about my sister. So anyway, what happened was they were on stage kind of arguing, and Keller Williams he's like, well, we're known for having the biggest office and we have the best education. And that's what they tell everybody, that they have the best education. But all they do is they tell their real estate agents to go in front of the video. Happy birthday. That's so cool. How old are you? Let's see. It says, It's my birthday today. I have, what's that say? Shout out, happy birthday. And then what it says about the toilets. I hate dirty toilets. Do you have, I do, really? I didn't, can you please be, you guys can always be our friend, Lewis. So anyway, let me finish about the Keller Williams thing because that guy wants to know about it. So Keller Williams is actually more known for bringing in as many people as they can because they get, and so the guy from Remax goes, yeah, but you know what? You get as many people in as people leaving. So you never get more numbers because you always have about, their average amount is 70 people in every month and 70 people out because what happens is they promise all kinds of training and mentorship, and it doesn't go quite right. But remember that most offices, not just Keller Williams, but Remax, Century 21, and all of those are usually independently owned and operated. So they're franchises, which means you can't say all Keller Williamses do this and all Remaxes do that and all Century 21s do this because they're all different. It just depends on the office nearest you. So with that said, you really have to go in and interview with them and see if you like them and see what kind of training they are. So now with me, hi, how you doing? It says, a day late and a dollar short. Do you think Keller Williams toilet is dirty? I don't know if their toilet is dirty. What are you on, a toilet thing? So anyway, it really just depends. And I was talking to the guy from Victor Valley, and he's with a Century 21, and he told me that they have amazing training. So the people who are involved in the California Association of Realtors and the National Association, most of them have really great offices with really good training because honestly, they want to make sure that their agents know what's going on. What's that say? Yes, agree with the whole Keller Williams story. So Jessica agrees with the Keller Williams story. So let me tell you a Keller Williams story about the Keller Williams, one of the Keller Williams, I don't know which one it is, in Corona. I had a student call me and she said, can I shadow you? And I said, when would you like to do that? And she said, I don't know, can I come over tomorrow? And I said, well, let me tell you something. One, I work out of my house. Two, I have a big ass dog. Where is he? His name's Wilfred. And Wilfred is not going to let I'm doing great. How are you? Wilfred is not going to let anybody through the front door that he thinks will hurt me. He will get in a position and show you his teeth. And that's not good if he doesn't know you. It's me. I can't say your name. Narzir. How do you say your name? I spoke with you a few months ago. I hope you remember. Well, once I start talking to you, I will totally remember. Jessica, you love dogs. So, the Wilfred story. His name's Wilfred. Wilfred is 98 pounds. Now, Mika, you could come in the house and she will just lick you to death and she didn't care. I'm going to streams to make sure people are doing okay. That is so cool. Oh my God, that's really cool that you're doing that because a lot of people aren't doing okay. And I don't know where that person went that asked me, that said that she wasn't doing okay, because we had somebody on here that said she wasn't doing okay. Are you still on here? So I think that's really awesome that you guys are doing that. So she wasn't doing okay. And I was talking to her about my film because The White Candle is about when I went from making lots of money and I got to that point. Oh, it's you. Okay, so listen. Basically what happened was I was making a lot of money. My life was going really great. And then the mortgage meltdown happened. And I had rental properties that people were not paying their rent because the market was bad and people weren't making money. So at that time I had 12 rental properties and half of them were not paying rent. So I didn't know how I was going to pay that. And then they told us we couldn't work until we got our real estate license. So then, how many toilets do you have in your house? Do you want to know? You really want to know? You want to know? You want to know? That's a song, right? So I just added another toilet for you. We added a toilet to the downstairs suite. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bathrooms, 4 toilets. Do you want to know how many bedrooms I have? Anyway, so I was telling another story. I was telling the White Candle story. So what's the hosting thing? It says, I asked my guy, best friend, out and I'm waiting for a response. So I have been on I can't read it, for an hour and school is nearly stressful. School is really stressful. And don't let school stress you out. You started at Keller Williams. Here's the thing. Wait, she started at Keller Williams in Corona. Everyone was very nice. But as a beginner agent, not very convenient. So how about that? Not very good, right? I bet those rentals had some dirty toilets. You and your toilets. So anyway, back to the white candle, and then we'll talk about the other thing and the Keller Williams thing. So Brooks, you doing okay? I'm doing okay. Is Brooks doing okay? 4 places. So yeah, 4 places to poo. So anyway, let me say something. So on the white candle, what happened is I had my real estate license, and somebody asked earlier, like, what else can you do with a real estate license? So what happened was when I couldn't do loans, I went, oh crap, they pulled the rug out from underneath me. So what I did was I had to I worked at 4 places. I worked at Wells Fargo in the daytime. I worked at a timeshare at night. And then I worked part-time in between at a cemetery. Yes, I did. I worked at a cemetery. I was working my ass off, and my son was 8 years old, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was a single mom. And so I was working at the timeshare, and if you watch the white candle, you will see what happened. And so the white candle, I was working at the timeshare, and if you've ever been to a timeshare, what happens is people go to a presentation so they can get a free vacation. And it's only like a weekend vacation. So they come to the presentation, they're stuck there for like 90 minutes. Usually after 90 minutes, it becomes no more saying, what's that say? Cuss words, guys. I see what you're saying. So anyway, yeah, you'll get me kicked off. So anyway, I was at the timeshare, and people have to go in the presentation, and then they come and sit down by you. And so everybody went to the presentation, and I was the presenter. And as the presenter, I don't have to take anybody. And if within a week you have 3 people who don't buy from you, you get fired. So I was there with my friend. She was pregnant, and we were sitting there working at the timeshare. I was the presenter, so I don't have to take somebody if I don't think they're going to buy. So I wasn't gonna. Held for review. Oh man, somebody made me get review. Uh-oh. So anyway, somebody wrote something bad. Don't do that on my thing. So anyway, because my movie's on the Christian, this is where I'm going to tell you to go, my person who's having a problem. Go to the Christian movie channel here on YouTube. Type in, search when we get done, the Christian movie channel, The White Candle. And so what happened in that, word for word, is true. The guy came to me. He knew who I was. He looked like he was looking through me. He told me what I had to do and the message he had for me. I did what he said to do. And the next day I got a deal. And the movie does not go on to say what really happened. After I made the next deal, I worked 3 jobs for 15 years old to feed my siblings. Oh my God, and make money for them. And then spent it all on video games. Why did you do that? Then money made was for my college education, for my future, and it was gone. I'm so sorry. So anyway, let me tell you what happened. So I lit the candle, and I believed that God was going to help me because that guy told me to do that, and I did. And the next day I got a really big deal. I made $24,000 when I closed it. And then from that time on, after that, yeah, I believe, you guys may think I'm crazy, but I strongly believe that dude was an angel, because when you watch the movie, at the very end, you're going to see why I believe he was an angel. Because they say when angels visit you, that everybody else sees them. But then after they're gone, you're the only one who remembers what they were and who they were and how it happened. So after that, from that point on, I have never worried about money. It just comes. And it comes because you believe it's going to come. And you know what? As an agent, if you're a licensed agent and you're not making money right now, manifest it. That's what I do. Whenever I need money, I'm like, okay, God, I need a deal. And so it's really funny is whenever I do that, I get like a $300,000 deal or a $500,000 deal. Do I still plan to have a course on how to flip property? Absolutely. That you weren't here when I was talking earlier. I am teaming up with somebody who is a celebrity, and she and I are going to flip houses and have our own show. We're going to put it both on her YouTube channel and on my YouTube channel, but we're also going to do a class on it. I believe that if I buy the house in Pico Rivera that I'm looking at, that we will use that house for the class. I do not have a formula like all these stupid classes that you pay $5,000 for, please. Do not pay $5,000, do not pay $2,000, do not pay over, I don't know, don't pay over $1,500 for a class, okay? ask me before you do it, because you're taking the money that you're going to use to invest in the flip and you're spending it on a class, and it's not going to happen. Houses are not too much. You can actually buy condos and flip them. God, you guys are writing so much. I thought I was going to get off a few minutes ago. Do you sell Barbie houses? That would be fun. But no, I don't. I had $6,000 saved up, and I am back marketing the money. Wait, what are you doing with the money? And I am back marketing the money, and I made $15 a week because I quit my job. Why did you quit your job? Are you Christian? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm absolutely Christian. But the problem, I'm going to mention this, because when I started writing my movie, so you guys are asking really deep questions, and I love to give you really deep answers. And so I don't know how many of you pay attention to sometimes when I say some pretty crazy stuff, but when I had my son, which was 31 years and 1 month ago, he turned 31 in January, and I don't want to cry. I don't know why I feel like I'm going to cry, but when I had him, it took me 7 years to get pregnant. And so when we finally got to the point where I was about to have him, I was at 7 months. I started bleeding, and so I called my doctor, and he was out of town. He didn't seem to care. And so his office didn't seem to care either. So I went into the office anyways, and I asked him if there was anybody that could see me. And in my life, it's always been God tapping on my shoulder and telling me things that I'd have to remember forever. So hence, everything in my life is really easy to remember, because what happened was the doctor that could take care of me was across the hall. And so it says, wait, I can't read it now because I have to send my siblings to school. That's why I quit. Brooke, you can't walk away, because you have to believe that things are going to happen for you. You got to watch the white candle. And so anyway, what happened is when I had my son, they had me go across the hall, and the doctor's name across the hall was Dr. Hall. That's pretty funny, huh? And so Dr. Hall saved my life. He did an amniocentesis, and he saw that my son's lungs were ready. So we went to the hospital. But when I got to the hospital, when I got in my bed and they started to induce labor, it says I have $200,000 saved up, but I don't have a good job. Can I still qualify for an investment loan? Actually, you could. Yes, you could, Carla. You can buy a loan that is based on the rent. So let me tell you this, and then I'll get back to the story. So basically what happens, Carla, is if you have 25% down, actually, even if you have 20% down, I believe, but let's stick with 25%. What they'll do is if you're buying a rental property, they'll do what's called a rent survey and an appraisal. The appraiser will do the rent survey and the appraisal. If the property is going to rent out for $1 more, or even break even, I believe now, then your rent's going to be. So basically, if I'm going to buy the property with 25% down, and the rent's going to be, let's call it $5,000 a month, but my payment's going to be $4,500 a month or $4,900 a month, as long as it's less than the payment, that qualifies you. So you don't have to qualify. The property is qualifying for you on an investment property. So that answers your question, right? Call me, we can do this. So anyway, going back to the story. So they induced him so that my son could come a month early. And when they started inducing me, I hemorrhaged. And that means that my placenta, which usually comes after the baby, came before the baby. And so I thought my water broke. So I looked at my sister-in-law and I said, I can't believe this. We just started inducing labor. You guys can die having a baby. Ladies, you know that, right? And guys, your girlfriend or wife can die having a baby, because I died. So, yes, I did. So, I had placenta previa, and I had another thing called toxemia, and that's when your body is rejecting the baby and rejecting everything in it. So both of you are going to die. Isn't that great? So, I said, I think my water broke, and my sister-in-law pulled up the blanket, put it down really fast, and ran out the door. And she came running in with the nurses and the doctors, and they looked at my husband. They said, are you going to help us or not? And they rolled me in to have my baby. And I looked up at the doctor and I said, do not cut into me until I'm out. The next thing I knew, within seconds, I was in the top of the room. I was up in the corner watching them working on me on the operating table. And my body was laying there like this, and they were running all around, and they were saying this: we are not going to be able to save the mother. We are going to try to save the baby. The mother is bleeding out. And I went like this. I went, I can hear you, like that. And after I got done going, I can hear you, I noticed that as I was doing this, my body was doing this. And I thought, oh shit. That's what I thought. My Christian person who asked me if I was Christian. And so in my movie, you won't see the next part I'm about to tell you, because my screenwriter doesn't want to let, if you're watching the movie, they don't want to let you know that I died until the part where I meet the lady who told me I died. So later on, years later, I meet this lady who told me that I had died twice. So when you ask me if I'm Christian, I've been there, I've been back. I know that some of the things that they teach you in church and that are in the Bible, there's more to the Bible than the Bible. They say that you cannot add or subtract from the Bible, but I have news for you. I've been there. I saw the light, and I know what happens when you die, and so do lots of other people. Many people have near-death experiences, and the weird thing is once you have one, you meet people who have died and come back. They come to you, they attract to you, and that's what my movie's about. So my movie is about when I died and what happened afterwards and how it changed my life. And what I want, because we're going to manifest this, all of us are going to manifest this, I want Jennifer Lawrence to play me. Can you see that? Can you see that I can kind of act like Jennifer Lawrence? Or wait a minute, she acts like me because I'm older than her. Does it align with what the Bible says? Yes and no. Okay, yes and no. There is a Jesus, there is a God. We do go to heaven, but in the Bible, it really makes it obvious that there's a heaven and a hell, and that if you screw up during your life, you're going to go to hell no matter what. That's not true. God doesn't want you to go to hell. Unfortunately, the one thing that is that's hard to do, because I am Christian and I go to a Christian church, and I want my movie to be as true to life as everything that happened to me, because I did get pushed down my staircase by, there are bad spirits, and if there's good, there's bad. And so certain things I don't have in my story, but I'm going to put it in there because there's lots of great ghost stories from when I worked at the cemetery. And, in the Bible and the Christian religion does not believe in reincarnation. I'm sorry to say, and I have never said this on YouTube or anything before, but there is reincarnation, and there is coming back, and there is a second chance. So if you screw up, you may have to do this again and again and again until you get it right. I mean, think about this, you guys. Think about the people, like the kids, the little kids that maybe that little kid, he's like 3 years old and he sits at a piano and he just starts playing. Okay, that kid was a pianist in another life. I'm sorry to say, but this is true. My son and I have been together. We have been told many times by many people who have insight, that's what I'm going to call it, that we've been together since the 1800s, that he's been my husband, he's been my brother, he's been my sister. My son has always been with me. And my son was never taught how to flip a house. My son was never taught how to hold tools or what to do. But out of nowhere, when we were on HGTV, we did a flipping house show called Professional Grade. It was actually where you picked a room and you did it on TV. And so my son had just turned 18 when we did the show. And the host of the show was watching my son repipe my shower. So what I was doing was I was making my shower bigger. I was putting a shower head on one side really high where there was no water and there was no shower head. And on the other side, we left the other shower head, but we raised it up. My son was repiping the whole shower. And the host of the show looked at him and said, "How do you know how to do that?" He goes, "How old are you?" And my son goes, 18. And the host goes, "When I was 18, I sure as hell didn't have a hammer in my hand." He goes, "How do you know how to do that?" And my son said, "It's common sense, isn't it?" No, it's not common sense that you know how to build a house when you're 18. So with that said, you learn things as you go through life. And if you want to learn more stuff, you will go through another life and learn it. So that's my answer to you. And I know it's late and I'm losing some of you. So I'd love to keep you guys in tune about all the real estate stuff that we do and the flipping houses. When we start doing the flipping house class, we'll definitely let you know. We'll put it in there. So if you have that ring bell thing and you want to know when I'm doing something, make sure you do that on this page and subscribe to it. And you'll be able to watch this over and over if you want, because I'm going to leave it up here. So you guys, thank you so much for being with me. It's getting late. We've been on here for like 45 minutes, which is totally awesome. And so, yeah, Carla, it's interesting. If you want to talk about it, feel free to contact me. I will always talk to you guys and comment in my YouTube page. So there is a God and I am Christian, but there's other things. There's more out there than we all know. So have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I look forward to teaching you everything you want to know about real estate. Have an amazing evening and amazing weekend. Bye.